ladies and gentlemen.
What's up, my people, and welcome to the Sn95 Power channel. Today I want to bring you some pushrod action from my Instagram page. But before we do that, I want to give a big shout out to my sponsor, Gears Auto Works. Now, Gears Auto Works is your one-stop shop for auto repair. Now, not only do they do auto repair, they do auto body, electrical, and they also are, in the future, they're going to start taking in your Mustang project. So if you need a Mustang restored or modified or whatever, that's in the works for Gears Auto Works. So very appreciative of them. Let's get into the video. So on my Instagram, I had a follower reach out to me. His handle is at YOTAVOL. He has a 1994 pushrod motor. And you know, I've been neglecting this thing over here, and this kind of just gave me some nostalgia of hearing that pushrod motor. And so I just want to bring this car to you. It's a beautiful, like I said, black Sn95 pushrod motor. He's got a little mods done to it, so let's go over it real quick. So the short block consists of GT40P heads. This thing has ARP studs, a trick flow valve train. Yo, the crown jewel of this engine bay has got to be that rare 9495 SVO Motorsports intake manifold. Now, I've never seen one of those in person. You know, those are like a real limited run on how many of those intakes they produce. And he's got one polished up. It looks beautiful. Exhaust-wise, he's got BBK headers and a Flowmaster catback system. You know, he's got all the go-to mods as far as suspension, you know, H&R lowering springs, upper and lower control arms, sway bar. You know, he's got a whole slew of suspension parts done to this car. He's got a built T5 with a Cobra gear set, with a bronze fork and a billet support plate. So he's rocking his Sn95 wingless. Now, I think there's two looks you should have on the Sn95. Wingless or a S281 Celine spoiler. Those are the two looks that, for me, are the best on the Sn95. Now, not only is he rocking it wingless, he's got these white Celine replica rims on there with the big meats out back, the 285s. It's a beautiful car. You know, interior-wise, he's got it gutted. He's got the Scott Rod door panels on there, the racing seats. It's a nice setup, so let's go check it out. Now that's that black, beautiful Sn95 from my man at YOTAVOL. If you're on Instagram, go ahead and give him a follow, check out his build, and follow along with his process as he continues to build this car up. So before I get out of here, I wanted to talk about this push rod over here. Big shout out to my sponsor, Gears Auto Works, for providing me this bump stick. I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is yet, but we're going to put this in here. Now, we're going to have to, well, anytime you put a cam in, you know, the old saying is always check piston to valve clearance. But, yeah, you know, rumor has it that with a 202 valve, intake valve, you can run some of these aftermarket cams on a stock piston. Now, this Airflow Research, what's the name of this head? Enforcer. It just tells you how long this car has been out of sight, out of mind. So with these Airflow Research Enforcer heads, it has a 202 valve. I am running a stock cam on this car with 1.7 roller rockers. Now, from research, the stock cam has a duration on the intake side, you know, sometimes all up to a 219. I've even heard somebody say a 220 duration on the intake side. And that's usually what the problem is on a stock piston with a big valve cylinder head. Is it's not necessarily the lift, it's the duration that's going to give you the problem as far as interference. So this cam has a 220 duration on the intake. Now, if you want to take a guess of what this cam is, go ahead and leave it in the comments. And we're going to pull this motor out because it's going down to Gears Auto Works to get resprayed. And while the motor's out, I'm going to try to install this cam. Now, like I said, those Enforcer heads have a 202 valve. This has close to 500 lift and a 220 duration on the intake. Now, I'll be curious to see how much clearance I have. You know, you can always retard your timing a little bit if you degree these and give yourself a little bit of valve clearance, but you just have to wait and see what's going to happen, and you know, give me some guesses of what you think this cam is. So until we get to this push ride action on this car, it's going to be a little bit down the line. We've got the Project Kendra 4 valve that's going to get started, but we're going to have this car ready for Mustang week, and we're going to respray it. We're going to redo the engine bay. Might have a couple other little surprises for you. You know, I've talked about the 6R80 swap that's going to get done on this. Oh yeah, I'm not doing the Holley Terminator X. You know, they kept pushing back my shipping date, so I just canceled it. So we're just going to keep the stock ECU system and continue to have my man Decipher at EFI Dyno Tuning to give me all the support I need. You know, it's kind of funny, just real quick, like, you know, since I'm getting sponsored by Gears Auto Works, like real soon for all these builds and parts and stuff that I'm going to be doing, I'm going to stop shouting out these companies because, you know, there's no point in me giving them free advertisement if they're not going to, you know, back the channel. So, but hey, I appreciate y'all though. You know, you're my mini sponsors. Like, you're watching this video, you're sponsoring me. So I appreciate it. So go ahead and tell a couple of people about the channel. Go ahead and, you know, all the normal stuff, like, you know, click the bell, leave a comment, yada, yada, yada. But hey, I appreciate your time and God bless.